This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Mesa Ridge travel trailer, model 261BH. This is not a floor plan, it's video is kind of a how-to, so I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? We're still cleaning, so it's a little dirty, but it'll be in good shape by the time you get here. Okay, so refrigerator obviously, and then you have a pull-out griddle here, and there's your gas. Oops, I'm sorry, your gas switch there. So it's very simple. Now you have power stabilizer jacks. The switches are on the other side. I'll show you those when we get over there. You got power awning with LED strip. You got outside speakers. That's just a service panel for your refrigerator. This is the range hood vent, so if you're running the fan in the range hood to vent to the outside, make sure you free up this baffle so it flaps freely. Otherwise you can just snap it shut if you're just traveling or in storage, whatever. Your water heater, which is conveniently, there we go. Okay, so your water heater works on both gas and electric. The switches to operate it are inside the trailer. But one thing to know, this is where you drain it, right here. Takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket to do it. Plus you need about a 6-inch extension and then a ratchet or a bar to break it free. I'll show you the switches when we get inside. Never work on the water heater or drain it until it cools down. And keep in mind that never run the water heater without water in it, because if you drain it, which you should, I mean, if you're not going to be camping for a few months, people typically drain it, but just make sure you fill it back up before you turn it on, okay? That's important. Okay, if I can get this back on with one hand, I'll be in good shape, but I'm not going to. Have to come back around. Okay, so this one also is prepped, pre-wired for side cameras. You got one on each side, and of course a backup camera. So this would take a 3-camera kit. It's a Furion kit if you're interested in getting that. You can also just get the back camera too. You don't have to get the side ones. It's up to you. But you can either get the backup camera or the whole kit with 3 cameras. So keep that in mind. It's an easy install if you ever wanted to add those on. Alright, so you have a hitch here. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control, so it's a good one. You have a 3-inch crank right there, and then of course a drill attachment right there. This crank here with the cylinder on it with the slot cut in it, you can barely see it over there. That is in case your power stabilizers were to fail. You can slide that cylinder with a slot in it right over that shaft with a pin through it. You can actually crank them manually if you have to. Okay, now the 3/4 inch is for your power tongue jack. If this happens to fail, you can pull the plug out of the top, this rubber plug here, and you can put that drill attachment on there or the crank, and you can crank it manually to get yourself hitched and unhitched no matter what. So even if you have issues, you can still get hitched and unhitched. So those are two excellent features. You have a sprayer here that plugs into the quick connect port. Now over here, this is your solar controller. Now right now it's saying FUL and it's flashing. It's not broke when it does that. It's just telling you that it's there's no more storage left in the battery, right? So it shut the panel down until the energy level in the battery drops, and it'll go back to normal. The only button you have to push is this top right hand button, and when you push it, it'll tell you what the voltage is in the trailer. The next you push it again, it'll tell you what your gain is from the solar panel, you know, 2.7 or 5.3 or whatever it is, depending on the conditions outside. And then you push it again, it'll tell you amp hours, okay? Right now it's not doing that because it's full and it shut the panel off. So keep that in mind when it does that. That's all it's telling you, is that it's maxed out. Okay. Okay. Deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks, your power tongue jack. Let's see here. Good. Your docking lights up here. Right there. Of course, there's the other marker light that has the camera. It's already prepped for a camera. Okay, so this is a reducer to reduce your power cord down, your short cord down to 20. It's obviously a cap for your dump valve. This is your dump valve hose, and that is the crank I told you about for the power tongue jacks. Or I'm sorry, the power stabilizer jacks, okay? Alright, and there's the switch for your power stabilizer. You have one in the back too. One switch controls both front, the other switch controls both back. Got a 30-foot, 30-amp power cord, and I showed you with the adapter to adapt it down to a 20 so you could plug it in home if you have to pack up. Okay. This is where you hook your water up. You can put that sprayer right here that I showed you, right? This is where your city water hooks up right here. Now if you look at, let me get that out of the way. If you look at this drawing here, when it's in the vertical position, this blue valve is in the vertical position, that's city water. So you hook up, you got regular city water, you're all set. Now if you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you want to pre-fill your freshwater tank, you'd put it in this position here and it'll fill the tank for you. Then you can use the onboard pump to pump the water. So after you dump your valves, which are down here, your black valve in particular, you can hook a hose right up to here and turn it on. It'll spray out your black tank. It'll flush it out, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Just make sure you have the, like it says on this sticker, make sure you have the valve open before you turn the water on. Okay? There's your rear stabilizers. There's the housing for the backup camera if you choose to add it. You have a ladder, which is great. It makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer says every 60 days or so you should go up there and take a look at the roof just to stay ahead of any potential issues. You look for cracking or separation at the sealant. You look for damage to any of the roofing attachments or roofing material, let's say from, low branches or road debris, that sort of thing. You're just giving it a quick look over to make sure everything's good, because you can't see what's happening unless you go up there. So you're staying ahead of any potential problems. It just should be part of your regular maintenance, okay? Okay. So we go inside here. You have your control panel here. Your awning is right here. As you can see, never leave it out unattended. Your slide room is here. You have lights. Your water pump to pump water out of your freshwater tank is right there. You also use that to winterize the trailer. You light your water heater on gas right here. You light it on or turn on the electric element right there. Never run it without water in it, of course. Your battery's charged, and all your levels are empty. Okay. Your keys are right here, so you know. As we swing around here, you have your TV, which is a typical TV, and it is on a swing out bracket. Okay. Now your sound bar, it has a remote for it, and basically it has FM radio, no AM. They've been shipping some of them like that. I don't know why, but they have. And you have a USB drive here. You can take all your albums on one USB stick and put them all on there, take them with you. You got an HDMI, which is an in, so you can go into the system with, let's say, a portable Blu-ray player or something if you wanted to. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet, and it has 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it has everything you need and then some. This is your thermostat. You just hit the mode button to change modes. That's all you do. You hit it once to light it up, or you got to hold it for a second actually to turn it on, and then you have to hold it to turn it off. Okay, so that makes it simple. Okay, so your microwave works like any other microwave. You have this is your range hood that I told you about. If you're going to run the fan, make sure you open that baffle outside. You also have a light. I don't know if he's got the gas turned on here or not. I didn't check. But let's see, you have 3 knobs in the center, which are for the 3 burners. This one on the left is a sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark, and this is for the oven. So, let's see what he's got here. Yeah, so he's already got it set up. So, it's that simple. Now, the oven is a little different. At the bottom, at the back, there's a pilot light. So, basically, you go to the picture of the pilot light, you depress this, and then light it. You keep it depressed all the time. After it lights, down there you hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature. But when you shut it off, the flame goes out, but obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use it. Okay? You have lights there and lights there. Always travel with this cover in the down position. Okay, you have a gas absorption refrigerator, meaning it runs on 110 AC or LP gas. So you turn it on there. Then you go to mode, and you pick A with an electrical plug, which means auto electric right there. You can see that. That's the most common way to run it. The reason you do auto electric, it automatically seeks out 110 AC. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch to gas, right? Or if you have a power failure in the night or in the day, or let's say you're not at the campsite, it'll sense that, and it'll automatically switch over and light on gas so you don't spoil your food. So that's the most common way to operate it. You can push the mode button and pick out gas or electric, but auto electric's the best way to go. Okay, so this is your power converter here. This converts AC to DC power. So you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers right here, like you'd see at home, right? And then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You got 12 volt fuses and a couple breakers, resettable breakers. And this is also, that converts AC to DC. That's where you get your DC from. And also, it's a battery tender / charger. So it'll always sense how much energy your battery needs, and it will, as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll charge your battery for you. When you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's charge line charges the battery, and the solar panel just charges as it can throughout the day. So it's always doing that. Unless it's full, like it is now, unless the battery's totally charged, then it shuts down. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Your table, you can drop it down onto these cleats here and turn this into a bed, of course. You have your theater seats here. There's another one of these. I think I got it holding the bathroom door open here. Okay. This device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If it's not green, get it serviced. All right. This GFCI here, all the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI. So keep in mind, if you're using it outside and it pops, you're going to reset it into here. The sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet is typical of an RV toilet. It's got a flush pedal on it right there, and it sits right over a black tank. So you can't use it dry. Dry meaning nothing in the black tank. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You come inside, you put a dose of chemical right in the bowl, and then you step on the pedal and put about a gallon of water in the tank along with the chemical. It's got to be at least a gallon, and you can use more but not less. And then you're ready to use it. If you don't do that, it's considered using it dry. And if you do that, the smell will be terrible. Plus, it'll get clogged up. And so make sure you always have chemical and water in there before you use it. Okay. Also a vent with a fan. This goes over here. This you have a ripcord here for your footrest, but this is power, as you can see. So the footrest is, or the back is power. Okay, let me see what else we have. Your bunks, of course. Okay. In the bedroom, we have over there. You can see there's TV hookups with a backing plate, so you can put a bracket there if you want. Get the one that swings out towards the bed. You have a emergency window here, which works like this. You push it all the way through, right? And then you grab a hold of the red tab and pull it out. You can escape in an emergency. The bed does come up, and there is some storage underneath there. Okay. And this right here, this is if you want better, forget the 4G part of it. If you want better Wi-Fi for your family, look into this. You can just scan the code to see where and go where it takes you, and you can look at the product. But it's also pre-wired for it. It would consist of an antenna on the roof and a router that fits right here, right over that plug there, or that cover. And basically it just gives you better Wi-Fi. It's a signal booster and a router built into one. So if you ever wanted to improve your Wi-Fi, if you're the type of people who use it a lot, you might want to go with that. Okay? Alright, I think that does it then. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof. You want to do that regularly. And odds are you won't have to do anything to the roof. You're just inspecting it. But that's why you inspect it, just to make sure. So keep that in mind. And also right now there's no antifreeze in the system. It's all fresh water. The water heater is, the valves are in camping mode, so the water heater is full. And there's water in the system that's ready to go. Never run the water heater without water in it, okay? Thank you.